Hello, it's Paul Moxon here on day 6 of the 2021 Rolex Fastnet race. I'm sailing on the classic yawl, Amokura. Yesterday felt like an epic day. We rounded the Fastnet Rock in the early hours of the morning, and by the evening we were nearly back at the Isles of Scilly. We covered 180 nautical miles during a 24-hour period. Just by way of comparison, for a long journey I would normally plan on achieving 100 miles a day. So we're back in English waters now. As we turned the corner round the Isles of Scilly and headed back towards the Cornish coast, the wind was behind us and then it started to moderate. That meant only one thing: it was time to get the spinnaker out. Spinnakers are big, good-looking, powerful sails that billow out in front of a boat. They're the perfect sail to set when you want to sail in exactly the same direction the wind is going. But they're powerful sails and they can be tricky. Other sails on the boat are fixed along one or more of their edges to a spar like a mast or a boom, whereas a spinnaker is just held by ropes. It's great when they're flying well, but if things go wrong, they can go wrong quite quickly, so you do have to be careful. Amokura's spinnaker has been designed for short-handed sailing, so it's a bit less powerful, but also a bit easier to handle. And as you can see, it's pulling us along beautifully today, at good speed in the right direction. We're now on the final leg of this race, coming round the Isles of Scilly and heading back towards Cherbourg. When you're racing offshore, you have to avoid traffic separation schemes, which are like shipping lanes for big ships. The main one in the English Channel is called Casquettes, and it's right next to Cherbourg. So we had to decide, do we take the straight line route and go south of it, or go around the north side? So although most of the boats going ahead of us have taken the straight line route south of Casquettes, the weather forecast says that the wind is going to die away over the next day or two. But that's going to happen more quickly on the south side than the north side. And we know from past experience that the tides around the Channel Islands can be absolutely ferocious. The last thing we want is to be stuck with lots of tide and no wind, being unable to make any progress at all. So we've rolled the dice and chosen the northern option. It might cost us a few minutes or maybe some hours in overall race time, but we think it takes away the risk that we'll get stuck. No sooner than we'd made that decision, a school of dolphins came to wish us on our way. Dolphins seem to love swimming alongside boats and swimming back and forth at the bow and jumping. These ones certainly do. So the sun is shining, these dolphins seem determined to keep us company, and we've got our fingers firmly crossed that we've made the right decision to take the north route round Casquettes. We'll find out soon enough.